You've seen it all over the internet. You've heard the debates. But what's the real story behind the most polarizing vehicle on the planet today? We're diving deep into the 2026 Tesla Cybertruck. Is it the future of transportation, or just a science fiction movie prop that accidentally drove onto our streets? Let's find out. There are countless trucks on the road, but absolutely nothing looks, feels, or drives like the Cybertruck. It's more than just a vehicle. It's a global debate that has shaken the entire automotive industry. Some hail it as a revolutionary leap forward, while others dismiss it as a failed experiment. The big question we're asking is the 2026 Cybertruck really worth all the hype? Tesla markets this as a game changer, a vehicle that merges the heart-pounding performance of a sports car with the rugged utility of a pickup truck. And let's start with the most obvious thing, its design. The sharp, angular, stainless steel body makes it impossible to categorize. This radical look is both its greatest strength and its biggest weakness. It genuinely looks like it was beamed here from another world. Because of that, you're either going to love its bold, unapologetic identity, or you're going to completely hate it. There is no in between. But let's talk about what's under that stainless steel skin. When it comes to performance, the Cybertruck is an absolute monster. The standard dual-motor version can launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4 seconds. That's faster than many dedicated sports cars. The instant torque pins you to your seat with a force that feels almost surreal for a vehicle this
Tri-motor version cuts that time down to a staggering 2.6 seconds. One of the most significant technical shifts in the 2026 model is the steer-by-wire system. Since there is no physical connection between the steering wheel and the tires, the truck feels incredibly responsive, almost like playing a video game. While it takes new drivers some time to adjust to the lack of traditional road feedback, the addition of four-wheel steering makes this massive vehicle feel as nimble as a sedan in tight corners. Off-road capability is another area where the Cybertruck shines. It features adaptive air suspension that can raise the vehicle to provide up to 16
inches of ground. It definitely takes some getting used to. You don't get that traditional road feedback you might be familiar with. However, the system is paired with four-wheel steering. That means the rear wheels can turn slightly, which makes this enormous vehicle feel as nimble as a small sedan in tight corners. It's a strange but impressive sensation. Off-road capability is another area where the Cybertruck was designed to shine. It comes with an adaptive air suspension system that can raise the entire vehicle to provide up to 16 inches of ground clearance.
Another area where the Cybertruck shines. It features adaptive air suspension that can raise the vehicle to provide up to 16 inches of ground clearance, allowing it to conquer rocky trails and deep snow with ease. However, this same size makes it a challenge for daily city driving. The truck feels exceptionally wide on narrow streets, and urban navigation can be stressful in tight spaces. Visibility is perhaps the biggest compromise.
Trying to navigate a packed urban environment or a tight parking garage can be genuinely stressful. It commands the road, but sometimes you just want something that fits. And that brings us to one of the biggest compromises, visibility. When you're sitting inside, you immediately notice the high belt line and the thick, chunky pillars that hold up the roof. These create some seriously large blind spots, especially over your shoulder. But the biggest issue is the rear view. When the motorized tonneau cover over the bed is closed, your traditional rear view mirror becomes completely useless. It's just a black screen. This forces you to rely entirely on the high-definition camera system for any vision of what's behind you. The camera is clear, but it's a big adjustment from simply glancing in a mirror. Stepping inside the cabin, you'll see Tesla has pushed its minimalist philosophy to the absolute extreme. There are almost no physical buttons. Everything, and I mean everything from the air conditioning and wipers to the turn signals, is controlled through a massive 18.5-inch central touchscreen. While this creates a very clean, futuristic look, it can be distracting to use while driving. Having to tap through menus just to adjust your mirror or change the fan speed isn't always practical. Despite the controversial controls, the interior is surprisingly practical in other ways. There's a generous amount of storage space under the rear seats, perfect for stashing gear. The door pockets are huge, and the overall sense of space is immense. The Cybertruck is also a mobile power bank. It's equipped with both 120-volt and 240-volt outlets in the bed. This means you can run heavy-duty power tools at a job site, power your campsite, or even charge another electric vehicle if it runs out of juice. It's a feature that adds a whole new layer of utility. Now, let's talk about the electric reality, range, and charging. For long-distance travel, the Cybertruck offers a respectable real-world range of about 325 miles on a full charge. This is supported by Tesla's industry-leading supercharger network, which is a huge advantage. However, charging still takes longer than a traditional gas station stop. You're often looking at around 20 minutes just to add about 100 miles of range. You also have to remember that efficiency takes a hit in cold weather. Like all EVs, the battery performance can drop significantly when the temperature plummets. And what about its truck duties? Tesla claims it can tow up to 11,000 pounds, which is impressive. But owners need to be prepared for the reality of towing with an F. Pulling a heavy load will cut your driving range roughly in half, so a 300-mile trip could easily require a charging stop that you wouldn't need otherwise. So, what's the final verdict? What do you think? Is the Cybertruck a brilliant innovation or a design disaster? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. See you next time.